So this footage was taken at an awesome event hosted by Swordcraft Gippsland, which is outside Melbourne, one of our cities in Australia. Taking part in just a national campground, we set up camp as soon as we arrived because it's only a 4-day event, so it's a beautiful spot where we got to set up and enjoy the couple of days. So after setting up, we decided to go through town and we found where death was, which is where you go when you die for an RP quest. This can be anything from collecting some objects around or going up to a certain individual. Then we went into the marketplace where we use in-character currency, which is throughout Swordcraft Australia, and that could buy anything from what anyone really wants to sell. So cups, homemade stuff, anything really.
No chicken.
Alright, I'll keep on you too. Who's your man?
My friend and I, Nick, were playing NPCs at this event as witch hunters, which we had just come from the first battle where we had died to enter our names into the book. So we weren't very good witch hunters there. Shortly after that battle, another one started breaking out and the troops began to rally. Now this was an unusual battle because it actually took part over a river. Here we're just going over the rules and making sure what team knows where they're meant to go. And then the fighting broke out. This was actually a really intense battle, just because it went on for quite a while, and you know, you're fighting against water when you're in your kit as well. It was a really good effort, as I didn't fight, sadly, because I was filming it.
Pretty prepared, we have a surprise coming down the river.
The surprise ended up being a alligator crocodile monster that came down and had the ability to instant kill anyone on either team. As you can see it here now attacking. The aim of this battle was to push the opposite team up on the bank and steal their flag to your side. Finally, this was achievable by one of the team, but many lay dead in the wake, or maybe enjoying the nice, cool creek water on a hot day. After that battle and coming back to the town, we realised that there was a beast hunt that was about to happen. So we collected our weapons once again and went out into the wilderness to find these beastmen and monsters that lurk in the forest.
Don't separate too much. Don't separate too much. You go with them, I'll stay here.
We spotted one of them, but this was quite a strong one. It was an epic creature where only some weapons could hurt it, so we were quite scared to engage. And then there was a second that came out of the bush as we went to engage.
Ranged, weapons, engage, now! I'll come in with the shield. No werewolf! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
If it hits you, you are dead flat.
No, I don't.
As you can see, we were absolutely annihilated and just outclassed against these two werewolves with epics.
Well, that went well.
After licking our wounds and respawning, we went back out into the wilderness and we found some more beastmen that we have here. Once again though, being outranged and outgunned, we had an uphill fight where they slowly riddled us down one by one, and finally again we fell to the beasts of the forest.
Alright. Safe. Stay there.
Absolutely exhausted, I called it a day.
Go down and I'll collect some.
However, coming back to the town, I realised that there's been a gathering of dwarves from the clan Carcazan that were once the owners of this land, but have now been kicked out by the Broken Spoon tribe.
What are the dwarves? It's all fine!
Realising they were mustering for battle, I followed them into the battlefield where the dwarves from Clan Carcazan would face off.
Clan Carcazan! For too long the green filth has putrid our swamps and our home! This land is ours and it'll always be ours! For Clan
Sadly, after a long-fought battle, the dwarves retreated back into their holes after the orcs did not let go of the swamp.
To the tavern and the pickles! The pickle tavern! We gather.
That night, you had an opportunity to witness an out-of-character chaos demon summoning, which I wasn't able to capture very well on my camera. But this event you could come and watch, but you weren't actually there as your character. You were as a ghost, say, a part if your character was involved in this.
And life is born.
Keep it as part of Nurgle's blessing. And so he has blessed us all with life from death.
Glory to Nurgle!
And glory to the Legion! Glory to the Legion!
That night we also had a warpstone meteor hit that went on a run. Leading to the morning, we have a fight between the Sisters of the Sage and the Broken Spoon tribe and the collection of mushrooms hidden on this steep forest.
Yes, boss.
Hitting some fantastic poses, me and Nick decided to be actually useful this fight and bring lots of ammunition as we began for the other team.
Pistols or fight each other.
After following down a narrow path, we finally engaged with the enemy. One side to the right, a steep going down, and the other quite high, leading to us to fan out and try and flank the other through the forests and the bushes on either side.
Leo, they're going up. Just watch yourself.
Yeah, I'm watching them.
Slide him down the hill!
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, guys, you want to grab those arrows real quick? Hit me! I wasn't aiming for you. You got me though.
Yes.
Quick footage of me collecting arrows and band gun rounds that I've found so I can pass them on and or shoot them back. Growing impatient myself and Boris decided to flank.
I see. Well done.
It was one of the most intense battles I've probably been in because of the environment and the rounds going everywhere. But sadly we did lose. We didn't collect all the mushrooms, but we made sure to collect all our ammunition and not have it hidden or garbage. Later that day, the warbands were told that the green rock had been found by the witch hunters, myself and Nick, and we were all to meet in a field. Finally, when they arrived, we got to show our true colours, being the necromancer of a long plain story here, in the skin suit of the witch hunter character I was playing, and my henchman who Nick was playing as well. Here I was invincible and had an epic weapon, and my main goal was just to kill all the people I could. During this fight, however, warbands ended up fighting each other in trying to claim the stone that I had claimed in the belief that I would die. So I had the ability to jump in the middle of it all and resummon my dead to start fighting. Time went on, warbands realised that the fight was not going in their way and started to disperse off the field, and some were left behind with their wounds. That night, Nick and I, with the power of the warp stone, resummoned the dead mayor of this town to fight for us the next day. The next day, the warbands discussed about what they were going to do about this undead menace, and the battle began.
Step in. Don't count that.
Leo, step out. Oh no, never mind.
Stay in. Yeah.
Yeah.
1 second, I'm clearing the area.
Slow it down. I need a priest. Oh!
Right.
We need it. Oi, priest.
The purple sword wielding monster is the dead mayor of the town. He had special hit points and was able to have special abilities. At the end, myself and Nick passed with a warrior, and the wraith was able to break through and leave. With the necromancer and his side man finally complete, the town was able to turn to normal a little, but they still had a wraith running around and beastmen, something for the next story. Would just like to say a big thank you to Swordcraft Gippsland and the Swordcraft Gippsland org team for hosting a fantastic event, and to everyone at the event in Swordcraft Gippsland making us feel very welcome and enjoying our roleplay, and I felt very honoured to be able to play as an NPC for your event and be part of your roleplay. For those that don't know, Swordcraft Gippsland had a big backstory going where characters have RP stories going online. So there's lots of RP done before these events that are written and so forth that give it such more depth. So thanks again to everyone that we ran into and had interaction with, and I can guarantee you that we will be back for your next event, and I'll leave it there.